I am presenting on behalf of the WCA team with the help of RPGG colleagues. So dignitaries on the dais and my colleagues. So we have discussed in last 2 days the different aspects and collaborative research areas in the RPGG. So as far as WCA is concerned, only 3 crops, that is pearl millet, sorghum and the groundnut are the mandate crops we are working. So we have prepared in a different way the crop-wise trait as well as the different approaches with central focal points from the WCA with corresponding the scientists from either RPGG and other colleagues from either ACR and WCA. So with respect to pearl millet, the trait of importance is adaptation to the low P and low N, wherein the gene bank and GTD approaches we are using. As far as the striga trait is concerned, gene bank, P breeding, GTD and forward breeding and cell and molecular biology, genetic engineering approaches we are harnessing. As far as downy mildew is concerned, gene bank using the mini core collections and GTD and forward breeding, already some molecular markers are available diagnostic. And as far as head minor is concerned, we are using through breeding using the available material in the gene bank. As far as terminal drought stress is concerned, so trait discovery as well as forward breeding approaches we are using. Stover quality also we added, and which is an important trait in the region through using the available material. And the rancidity in case of pearl millet with genetic engineering and cell molecular biology. And for this crop, important traits from the WCA, the focal persons are Prakash Gang Shetty for the breeding, and from the gene bank, Falalu and Malikba entomologists, they are working in collaboration with other region scientists and RPGG scientists. As far as the sorghum, important trait of concern is adaptation to low P and low N using the GTD approach. And for striga, so all the approaches with the first preference for the available material in the gene bank, followed by pre-breeding, GTD and some forward breeding, as well as cell and molecular biology approaches are also available. Similarly, for terminal drought stress, GTD and forward breeding, among the diseases, anthracnose and the leaf blight, wherein we are targeting both available genetic resources and available markers, diagnostic marker through forward breeding. And here also the stover quality using the available resources, and through Harvest Plus, the iron and zinc biofortification using the available material and discovery as well as trait discovery as well as forward breeding approaches, wherein the sorghum breeders in the region, so Abubakar, Ignatius, Sangrave, Baluwa breeders in the region, as well as from the gene bank, Falalu is involved. So as far as groundnut is concerned, for the drought trait is concerned, the gene bank, GTD and available the major QTLs approach using the forward breeding, and aflatoxin already available material through mini core collections and gene the trait discovery and some available through forward breeding, as well as for developing aflatoxin free material, so cell and molecular biology or genetic engineering approach is also planned. Among the foliar diseases, the late leaf spot, ELS and rust, depending upon the region, some importance may vary. So in Nigeria and other places, LLS may be important. For Mali, ELS may be there, and rust across the region. There are a lot of material available in the mini core collections and some of the segregating advanced breeding lines. So we are using that to enhance high level, increase the level of resistance through pre-breeding, as well as available markers, diagnostic markers are available in groundnut for at least 3 traits: late leaf spot, rust and oil quality. So that we are using and cross-validating in the African lines also in the populations. So groundnut rosette disease is an important disease in Nigeria as well as some parts of the Mali. So a lot of material we received from Malawi are doing well. So for that gene bank, so even trait discovery as well as there are some of the genetically engineered lines in JL24 background is also available that can also be explored. Adaptation to low P using the available material, and nowadays the soil-borne disease is also gaining up importance, especially the stem and collar rot. So we can harness, we can address this through available material in the gene bank as well as through pre-breeding approach. So some of the nutritional quality traits like oil content, oil quality, iron and zinc content. So with existing material we can solve this problem, and especially for oil quality, that is oleate, high oleate trait, there is diagnostic markers are available. So we can pyramid several of the both biotics, LLS, rust as well as quality traits that they have done in the Asia. So similarly, some of the identified African lines, popular lines, we are so introgressing these through the markers. And fodder quality is also a major intervention there. So with available material, we can develop the population through breeding. The focal persons, the groundnut breeders like Haile and myself, and from the gene bank Falalu. And across the different crops and the different countries in the region, so we need the help of the statistics, bioinformatics and data management support to the both ICRISAT as well as NAR scientists and the technicians to adopt these new generation technologies. As far as seed system is concerned, the lengthy discussion have been made both for the cereal as well as the legumes. So earlier Patrick has already presented some of the issues. So both in the WCA and ESA, the most of the issues are similar. So some differences, like for example, in case of cereal breeding, with respect to the key area of production and partnerships, so both the release, production, distribution will not follow the release, especially in Mali and Niger. And there is a poor collaboration among the seed system different actors, especially in Burkina Faso and Ghana, has been expressed. And poor storage capacity in case of seed distribution, and as well as capacity building is concerned, the farmers services like finance and other input services are very poor. That needs to be strengthened. And policy issues, especially in the nowadays ECOWAS, the similar policies, that is cross-border trade in the WCA is encouraged. Seed law enforcement with focal points, Paul Buchner as well as Prakash Langshetty in case of cereals. Of course, Hope coordinating of Hakim, Haile and myself, and now even the legume seed specialist Lucky, and with the help of our TL3 coordinator, we are doing this program in the WCA. So regarding, as per the discussion, lengthy discussion and the use of the forward breeding approach for early generation screening, so to have the plant track system to be provided to the headquarters, we have agreed upon that inventory of the population developed by different breeders in the region for these three crops has to be sent to the forward breeding team. And we have agreed and planned Mali groundnut breeding from around 50,000 samples agreed to be given for this plant tracking system, and 30,000 samples from Kano groundnut breeding, 1,500 samples for pearl millet from Niger. Similarly, for sorghum, about 3,000 from Mali and around 10,000 from Kano. So coming this ensuing season, so we need to identify the ideal time for the leaf sampling. Maybe around July and first week of August will be the ideal, wherein the most of the crop is on the seedling stage. We can get the leaf discs and the cassettes can be sent to the either headquarters or the Sweden for the purpose from the populations across the different generations, F2 to F5 or F6 generation or so. Thank you.
Thanks, Babu. Question, Manish.
Can you go to Groundnut slide? So here, like for drought and aflatoxin, forward breeding approach is not possible here. So because markers are available for rust and late leaf spot and oil quality.
Okay.
So we need to remove.
Yeah,
and then for this nutritional traits, actually not in WCA, but populations are available at Asia and then ESA. So
we'll validate
yes,
those available. Yeah, we'll consider as a validation.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry Babu and West Africa team, here's my second go at doing this. I think you and most people in the room here have been in meetings 23 times over the last number of years and created lists like this of priority traits. Is that not true? You know, that it's not true? Let me, that was a comma. It wasn't a full stop. I'm going to keep going. This my session is that, you know, developing up these traits or wish list is only one step, and you've done it many times before through the CRP or wherever else. So I would hope that comes out of this meeting is steps 2 and 3. Step 2 is, well, this is what you identified. Step 2 is, what is research program genetic gain going to deliver by when to accommodate these traits? And step 3 is how the breeding program is going to change to take advantage of that. So I'm hoping that what comes out of this meeting is steps 2 and 3, not just step 1, which is a list of traits and some wish that the genomics people and the cellular molecular biology people might respond. So steps 2 and 3 have to be articulated as well. Am I speaking rubbish?
No.
We have done additional is perhaps that which approach and where we are going to, or combination of approach we are going to follow. So that's little addition. Of course, this list was in 1992, 95 and other years we do have this list. There is no doubt about it.
Who's going to, I suppose it's Research Program Genetic Gain Research Program Director is going to articulate how you're going to do step 2. Is what are you going to deliver by when? And the regional directors, research program directors in the regions will say, well, how the breeding program is going to respond to the opportunity being delivered. So that's my article. I'm going to come back to both, those research program directors say how we're going to respond to the conversation at this meeting and how work plans are going to change. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay. Any other comments?
You know, in terms of the traits, you might check with Malik, but we should add stem borer in case of pearl millet, Cornea stagno-officialis.
Yeah.
It's very devastating. You have up to 100 larvae in one stem at times.
We'll include that.
And in case of sorghum, the headbugs are a major constraint to the introduction of sorghums other than Guinea to increase the productivity. So that's the issue that need to be addressed.
We'll include that, including interaction with you, leaf miner or defoliator in groundnut also.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just again, I think we can do all that for most of the regional programs. There are some miscommunication about markers related to leaf diseases. They are not available. So it has to be, it's written as forward breeding, but there are no markers available. So you have to remove that. It has to be marker development for sorghum.
Still marker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Concerned breeder will take that.
Yeah, I just want to add too that what I liked in your later slides is the fact that the forward breeding theme has created something new. You know, the breeders are going to get new equipment. They're going to take some leaf samples and they're going to send it into a system and they're going to use what diagnostic markers we've had. So I see, I mean, the forward breeding program is creating some change in what we're operating on. So that's what I'd hope to see, that same level of planning for all the themes within genetic gain. So well done, forward breeding. Any other questions?